welcome, welcome. How are you? Lori here with Interior Jewels. I am making a neutral bow to go on an everyday or year-round grapevine wreath that I've already put my sign on. I do have another video for you, for those of you that would like to know how I attach signs. This is a wooden sign to a grapevine wreath, so please look for that video. And if you enjoy these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I do have a Facebook page as well as Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and an Etsy shop, all by the name of Interior Jewels. So I'd love if you followed me. I appreciate it. So we are going to start this bow. I have a 2.5 inch, one 2.5 inch, and I have two 1.5 inch, and I think I may use the third. I always like to add a touch of black, and this happens to be my favorite ribbon. Many of you that have seen some of my other videos will know that I always use this ribbon. I love it. But again, I'm going for year-round, so I am going neutral here. And I'm going to show you how I make a simple bow by hand. First, I determine what I know that I want this to be here. I always put my sign sort of on an angle. And I think I want my bow to go here, and I like attaching my sign and my bow before I add my greens, and this way I'm not covering anything. I'm not covering a ton of florals or greens with ribbon or vice versa. So I like to get my two elements on first, which is my sign and my bow. So since I want this to go here, I'm thinking I want my tails to hang down a little bit. So I'm going to leave about that much of a tail. Then I do, and again, I really don't measure, but typically my loops are about 6 inches. I always look at the size that I think it should be, and just to let you know, yep, it always winds up being about 6 inches. So I have my tail, I made a loop. What I'm going to do then is twist the ribbon. You twist it so that the good side is always showing out. And then I hold the two loops up to make sure that they are the same size, and they are. Once I have those two loops there, I can go off of them to size the rest of my loops. I'm going to put 2 loops on each side with this ribbon. My ribbon is curling here. And then I just hold it in my fingers in the middle, twist again, give myself another loop, make sure it's the same size as this one, and it is. And then I am going to cut the tail. This bow is going on an angle as well, so this tail is going to be shorter than the bottom tail, which is the one that I want hanging down. So that's where we're going to start. And then I am going to layer these other colors on top. I think I will do the solid first. These are all khaki, burlap-y colors. Again, very neutral. That could go on any color home. Goes with any style. And again, can be used year-round. I'm making 1 loop each of these. I'm going to cut the tail. Then I'm going to go with the next ribbon, all in the same color family, but they do have different. This is a plaid, this is a solid, this is a stripe, but all have the same colors in them. And I'm going to do 1 loop each of this as well. Twist it so that the good side is showing out. Make sure it's the right size. Cut that off. You can see I'm still holding it with my thumb and my first fingers. My other 3 fingers sort of support this. And I think that I'm going to do just a little touch of black. I'm going to add just a loop on the inside of this. Twist it so that the right side is facing forward. And then once I have that, I am going to use a cable tie to secure this. Make sure it is in the middle so that once you pull it tight, your loops are the same size on each side. If it's not in the middle, you'll wind up, having bigger loops on one side than the other, and you don't want that. So you want to always make sure it's in the middle, even if you have to fold the bow in half to make sure that you are in the middle. Then I take another cable tie and put that in there because this is how I'm going to attach it to my wreath. Once this is in here, I pull it tight, and then I will snip off that piece. I will fluff this up a little bit. I'm going to cut my tails once I have it on my wreath so I can determine really how long I want them. I may want to go shorter. I always cut them longer than I think I need them because, again, you can cut them shorter. You can't do the opposite. And if you'll notice, this one that I put, I just did 1 loop in the middle, and when I do that, it hides where I put that cable tie. So it gives it just a little loop in the middle. So I'm going to attach this to my wreath now. Pull this closer to me so I can see exactly where I want this placed. And I just sort of weave it through the grapevine. And again, before I pull it all the way tight, I want to make sure that I have it exactly where I want it. That looks good. So then I will continue pulling it, tight. And know that that's not going anywhere. Then I will cut off my end. Whoops. My foot is on the bottom of the stand here, so this is moving around. Now see how I put the longer tails here because I wanted that hanging down. Once I start to add my greens, which are going to come out this way, and a little bit under this side. So most of my design will be a crescent down on this quarter of the wreath. So I will be leaving all of this bare so that you can see the grapevine. And then what I'm going to do is dovetail. See, these are long. I'm going to cut these probably just as long as what the loops are so that they stand up nicely. And you can see them nicely. These are a little bit long, so I'm going to cut these shorter and dovetail them. What happened here? Jeez. And do this one. And then this one. I'm going to do these black ones shorter in the middle. I like that little pop of black. Again, it stays within the neutral color scheme. It just gives a little pop in the center. So now I will fluff. And again, this will show me exactly where I'm going to add my greens and my floral so that I am not covering the bow. There we go. So I hope that's an easy way for you to do the bow. That was very quick. That's the top. Again, I like it a little bit on an angle. Next, I will be completing this. That will be another video. I will complete this with my greens and my florals. Please remember to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It greatly helps me in reaching other people, and I truly appreciate it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much.